I hope you ladies had a great day today. I have been running and moving, and yes, it has been busy. Okay, I know that me time. Come on now. Well, I'm about to take my me time with you guys. I've been so busy, I didn't even get to pour me a glass of wine. I'm like, I'll just get one after. It's cool. Just ending my day. It's Sunday, about to start the week. You know how that goes. Um, but we can kind of start and get on into this. I am Tamara Powell. I am a mental energy therapist. I have been doing this full time as a business. It's called Get Your Daily Dose. I have been doing this for several years now. I've really just gotten into expanding out to others and giving them my unorthodox, and I call it my because I use a mixture of techniques. I have a degree in psychology. I have a mindfulness certificate. I have or certification in mindfulness, and I have certification in holistic therapy. And I also go through a lot of cultures and get their understanding of how the brain processes thought and how we as people react to that thought process. So I just want to give you guys a couple of little tips about how to minimize the pain, minimize the anguish, and how to steps towards releasing the trauma, because most people think you have to release it by talking about it or rehashing it and things of that nature. No. Two major things about trying to get over something that has made a footprint, not an imprint, a footprint in your life, because you have to walk with that every day. So going too far in the past, saying I should do this and I could have did that and things of that nature, that's why the depression sets in, because you're too far in the past. You can't change none of that shit. Leave that there. All right. And then anxiety comes on when you're thinking about the future, which is usually connected to when you're thinking about the past, because you're saying, okay, well, in 2005, I mean, I was lit. I was here. I had my car. I had my house. I was doing this. I was doing this. And now you're barely paying bills because of implementations in between those times. It could have been kids. It could have been boyfriends, girlfriends. It could have been you lost your job, you got sick. I mean, all those things will alter your pattern of thought, your pattern of movement. And it's like that survival mode kicks in. Well, when that survival mode kicks in, again, that's when it goes to the depression, because you're thinking, wow, I was already surviving. I didn't have these worries, or how I'm going to make it tomorrow. Like the forward thinking, you get too far in the future. That's the anxiety part of it. So we want to try to get you to stay balanced and in the middle. And I know it's like the new thing now is like I call it the feng shui of what do they say, being woke. Everybody says you need to stay balanced and keep your energies together and things of that nature. Well, you can't do none of that until you get your thought process together and how that can flow in a peaceful manner. And then you're able to look at yourself and say, oh, okay, I need to adjust this and I need to adjust that. Well, so the first thing or the first tip / techniques as something that you can use all the time is remember that you are source. Okay. And source means everything comes from you. Remember, you are source. So if you're taking notes and you got your little piece of paper and your pencil, write down the words, I am source. Okay. I am source. That's a very powerful statement. And you also learn with me that I am a stickler on writing things down, because that's how you imprint your shit into the future. That's how you move yourself and your mind moves into this is something we have to do. So write down, I am source. Now, the words I am are very powerful words. I am dictates your life. Okay. So if you're writing I am source, be the source. Source of it all, source of your solutions, source of your problems, that's taking ownership, source of my joy, source of my happiness. You are the source of your income. You are the source of your livelihood. You are the source. So just getting an idea of every day thinking I am the source, not my job is the source, not my boyfriend or my husband or is the source, not my great auntie who gives me everything is the source. None of those. You are the source. Okay, so we're going to make sure we just think of it in a broad manner. I don't want to give you any specifics because I don't want to rattle you too much. It's kind of a little lot information, but just stick with that idea that everything comes from you, no matter what it is, and run with that. The second thing is time. Time, right? I am on my time. I am on my time. We love to be on somebody else's time. Your job is somebody else's time. Your kids is somebody else's time. It's birthday coming up. You got to go and you got to spend and you got to do that somebody else's time. You got to go by your mom's house and make sure that if she's older, that the groceries are there, things are put up or bills are paid. You know, if she's not, you just got to go back there and spend time with her, or you got to stop by your sisters because she ain't doing right with the kids, or you got to go over your cousins because you don't know if she going to flip out again, or just any of those things. All of those that you add into your day, your week, your life is somebody else's time. No, boo, your time. I am on my own time. Keyword is no. Keyword is not my problem. Keyword is back to number one, source. I am source. I don't have them problems. My electric's on. I do have my car out there that already has gas in it. My kids, they live on their own, but my kids are all right. My kids are eating today. None of that stuff is on my time. So if I get up in the morning and I know that I'm source and I'm having a good day, and somebody calls me at 10 o'clock on my lunch break because they timing you. This is why you're on other people's time. They know your breaks, your lunch, when you work, when you get off, your holidays. I'm just saying. But they do. Your family knows. So it's 10 o'clock, you at work, it's your break, and somebody calls and say, well, can you stop out here when you get off because I need you to do this. For today, no. Matter of fact, some of y'all probably need to start tomorrow morning. Monday. No, I can't do that. You don't, and do not explain. This is the other part of it. This is the other part of the stressor. Do not explain. If you say no and they say why, you can even just say, because I don't have time. Because I'm on my own time and they don't go with my schedule. Then you're reinforcing the instance of I. And I am the source. That means you plan it. You make it happen. You do it. All right. So you are this. I am the source. And then I am on my own time. All right. And the third thing is to remember the word I at all times. Okay. And this goes with storytelling. So if you're the source, and you are on your own time, when your girlfriend calls you and you're about to vent about what somebody else did, replace everything with the word I. Replace everything with the word I. For example, weekend was here. Saturday. You get to work tomorrow. You and your girl at work, y'all talking about going out or whatever you did on Saturday. And the first thing you're going to say is, you know what? I went up to this fool and he was standing there acting like he wasn't going to talk to me and said this and did that. And his friends came in the way and then he turned around and talked to somebody else. And the whole time you're talking, you're saying he. Change that to I. When you talking to your friend, you go up to her and you say, you know what? I stood there like a fool and I felt like a fool and I wasted my time. Start telling your stories like that. You won't have no stories to tell. You are the source. You are on your own time. And everything revolves around I. Now, I know there's other people in your house. I know there's other people in your life. I know to some, your conscience is going to say, well, that's a little bit selfish, but it's supposed to be. A lot of our stress, anguish, worry, depression, anxiety, most of our trauma, it all comes from somebody else because we don't take responsibility for or what I'm supposed to be doing or what path I'm supposed to be on. Yes, your aunt says you was just an artist when you was young. Why ain't you drawing? Because that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Yes, I can draw, but I can sing too. Did you ever pay attention to that? See, things like that will direct our life a whole nother way just because of what somebody else wanted, what somebody else wanted to say, what somebody else promised they was going to give to us. And it didn't work out like that. And now we're sitting around telling the story to our friend that it was so-and-so's fault because they didn't call you back and you sit there and waited and blah, blah, blah. No, boo. Or my stupid self just sat there and held the phone in my hand and was waiting for her or him to text me back and tell me that what time we were supposed to leave, what time we were supposed to go. No. And that's why I didn't show up. Start saying that. Everything dictates I. When you go to work, stop talking about your co-workers and worrying about your co-workers doing over there, because you get in groups and y'all standing inside and y'all talking about that, and then the co-workers on the other side, and guess what? It's, you know what she did? She put this on my desk. She didn't do this. She didn't do this. Talk about what you did. Start using the word I. You are the source. You are on your own time, and everything that you speak about is I. Now, we wrote in the source, the time, the I's. Remember, they go with all storytelling and they go with all the no's. Once you can start implementing that, once you start understanding just the impact of it, it really does sound simple. And sometimes simple things is really hard to change in yourself. It just is. But that's why you're starting with understanding of your time. Understanding that everything comes from you. Because what you have to do at the beginning and the end of the day, beginning when you wake up in the morning and you wash your hands after you use the bathroom, is look in the mirror. You are the source. The reflection is only a reflection there because you are standing there. You are the source. At the end of the day, when you go into the bathroom before you go to bed, wash your hands, you are looking in the mirror at you. You are the source. You are on your own time. And everything is about I. Now, I know everybody got issues, and you might have thought he was going to come over here and I was going to say, well, because you may have been molested years ago, because I've been molested, I've been raped, I done been through all that. But it's not about what I've already been through, because that's in the past. That shit is depressing. Who gives a shit? I'm still living. I'm still breathing. I am on my own time. And if I want those things to continue to delay where I need to go, what I need to do, then I am not being the source of my life. I'm being the follower and the source of somebody else's joy for some shit that they did to me. No, sir. I need that joy. I need that smile in my life. I need that love for myself. So I am on my own time. I am the source of my joy. I am the source of my happiness. I am the source of my storytelling. Nobody knows anything about you unless you tell it. Nobody. And some of the, what's the word for it? Some of our reflections is what gives us those thoughts. Sometimes you've told your girlfriend a story and you told it out of anger, but you told too much. So now you think when she looks at you a certain way. You think that. And you react in that relationship with her or him or whomever. You react in that relationship that way. If you start telling the stories under I, it's a lot of shit that you won't say. And then eventually it's a lot of shit that you won't do. And then those depressing things, that traumatic incident, that horrific thing that just keeps coming to my mind every time before I go to sleep, it'll start to dissipate. But things do not dissipate because you think about them and try to solve them. If it happened yesterday and beyond that, it's already solved because that day is gone. You can't get it back, but you are the source of tomorrow. If you need an extra $10, $15 and you're seeing that you're needing this every week, find you a part-time job. Who cares what somebody else say? How is she working for the government from 8 to 5 and then she's still going to Kroger's and working from 7 to 12? Because it's my time. I got shit that I want and I'm going to get it. Now, let me tell you the story about how I worked this second job, and I got this extra camera, and I got this extra computer, and now I got my own Amazon, what's it called? The Amazon shop or Shopify or whatever. And I'm doing my thing. Now, this is when you add you. Now you coming to me to buy something. That's focusing on, I am the source. I'm on my own time. And when I tell the story, I tell it about me. It's a different mindset, ladies. It's a different mindset. We can go through talking about the psychiatric terms and things of that nature. Yes, I can go there with you. Okay, we have people that are bipolar. You feel like you're schizophrenic sometimes, and you feel like the anxiety is overwhelming you, and you start losing your breath, and we go through all of these from an energy that we keep giving the force to. Yes, sugar. Yes, there you go. Say that. Say that. But we keep focusing on these energies and we keep building up the force on these things that we feel like ruined us. It's just a feeling. It didn't ruin you. If you able to be on this live right now, it didn't ruin you because that means you got a phone. That means you got electricity because you got battery life. I hope you ate today. I'm pretty sure y'all did because ain't none of y'all looking like y'all starving. So the only person that feels like it ruined them is you. And then if somebody says it out loud, you give them credit for it every time that you go back to that feeling. I'm going to need y'all to lose the feeling. You don't have to say, okay, I'm not going to think about it no more. Okay, so 2002, I was raped. It just tore me up. I was scared. I mean, you know, he had a gun to my head. I didn't know what to do. I just went ahead and went with it. The whole time I'm just thinking, just let me live so I can go home and be with my kids. This is a true story. But that shit didn't ruin me. I was scared as hell. Went home crying. Luckily, I had the people around me that I could say something to that was going to handle that for me. But in the midst of it, it didn't matter. Them people wasn't there. Is it a story that I tell? Is it a story that it was over 10 years later before anybody really outside of the people that handles the situation knew? And sometimes when I talk about it, they're like, man, you don't look like you've been through that. What does that look like? What does a rape victim look like? What does a molested woman look like? Because I believe you can't look in a magazine and just pick it out and be like, she was raped, she was molested, her boyfriend beat her up. You can't see that. So why live it? When you look in the mirror, is that what you see? No. You see that bomb ass chick that's about to put her little makeup on. I'm about to go in here and stun on these, or I'm about to go and get this job, or I'm about to go party because I deserve it. That's what you're supposed to be seeing. That's what you're supposed to be ideally talking about. That's what the hell you supposed to be doing. We add the bullshit. Again, I'm not taking away from incidents. I'm not taking away from the heartache and the pain that you go through, the trying to get yourself back, because after you've been raped, you really don't want to use the bathroom sometimes because it just seems awkward. You wiping yourself, flashbacks come. You don't really like to take showers for real. Like, I done been through all of that. When you're molested and your parents keep telling you to go over this person's house because they got to babysit you and shit, and you trying to figure out how you can tell these dumbasses, I don't need to be going over there, or y'all need to be paying attention to who the hell I'm around, or just those type of things. I done been through that. But at some point in my mind, I had to say, hey, we either going to fight to the death, or I'm just going to let all these things just take me out. They're not taking me out, bro. None of it. Because I am the source. And you can't run me into a brick wall unless I let you. You can't run me into a depressive state unless I let you. And we not doing it. I'm too cool for that. I don't have time for that. My time, and during the day, my time does not say at 3 o'clock, I got to cry because I want to think about some shit that happened 5 years ago. It don't say that. Your shit don't say that either. And probably half of us don't even have planners, but I guarantee you in your mental planner, it does not say that. We add those things. That's not what we're supposed to be adding. We're not supposed to be adding any of that. Let's start subtracting that. That's the shit we ain't doing no more. Now, after you start getting that attitude of, I am source, I'm on my own time. Hell no, I'm not doing nothing today with nobody or for nobody. When I call you, I'm going to talk about I, because I don't want to pull nobody else's energies in on this. Now, when you start implementing that day after day after day, all of the extra noise, it shuts up. It closes down. It basically has nowhere to roam because you're not giving it anywhere to roam in your thought process. I mean, just on basic stuff, we have enough to think about. We got bills, we got work, we got to eat, we got to cook, we got to wash our ass, we got to make sure the clothes is clean, we got to make sure that you vacuum the floor and them so the stuff ain't there. You got to make sure that you wipe behind. Just little itty bitsy stuff that women just think about because they want their house clean, they want their body clean, they want everything has to be in order. And however your monthly OCD, is what I call it, kicks in, a weekly OCD. Some of us are daily OCD. However it kicks in, I mean, that's enough. All right. That is like over the top enough to just be thinking about. So then when we add on old problems, old issues, old things that have never gotten resolved, that just keeps us away from our purpose of where we're supposed to go. That's where the pain comes from. The pain comes from living in the hurt, living in the guilt that you feel, living in the idea that energy, that feeling, that downness is a comfort. That ain't no daggone comfort. That'll get you at the edge of taking your own self the hell up out of here. That's all it does. And I need all you ladies to show up tomorrow. But that's where it goes. Now, If there's something that you really can't get off of you, now I do private sessions and we can get into details and we can go back and help to, erase, because some of that stuff is really traumatic and you do need to like narrow down on it just to get it off of you. But these are things that you can just do by yourself, do daily, because you have to be the one that heals you. I can give you 15,000 things to do. I can give you a list. I can give you a blueprint of your whole life and how it could pan out. But if you don't do it, it doesn't matter, because you are the source. See, I am the source of my own, okay? I am the source of my own good energy, my own good excitement. So if I'm the source of mine, if I schedule you in at 3 o'clock and we gonna cry and get some shit out about what happened to you, I'm gonna need you to carry that source by yourself. Okay? Because I have a lot of clients that come to me and think I'm supposed to hold their hand and fix them. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to show you how you can fix yourself. I'm here for you to learn how to fix yourself so you don't have to keep calling me back. So you don't have to keep coming back and talking to me about the same old shit, because I'm going to charge you. Now, your time is cut short because you got to work extra, because you got to pay for my hourly pay for me to sit there and listen to you, because we can't move on and you can't move on. I don't care if it just happened last week. It ain't nothing you can do about it. Flex capacitors have not been invented. Flux capacitors have not been invented. Sorry, I'm old. That was a Back to the Future reference, but still. It ain't been invented. So you can't go fix it. And why would you even want to? Because if you didn't meet that bum ass dude and had the kids, you wouldn't have the excitement of your child going to senior, becoming a senior this year, and they're going to prom, and you going out and you buying stuff, and y'all have this bond, and you've seen this child grow, and you wouldn't even have that joy right now. And we'll beat ourselves up for something that happened 20 years ago that you cannot fix. Fix you, not the situation. The situation will fix itself. Matter of fact, some of it or most of it is already fixed. We just keep going in there trying to rehash because you could have did something different. What can you do different 20 years later? What can you do different 10 days later? Nothing you can extend except for a bill. There's nothing you can extend except for a bill. And if you do too many extensions on your bill, they cut your shit off. That's the same thing that happens with your feelings. You keep wanting to extend this pain, and your body starts cutting itself off. Usually it starts with friends, they don't want to be around you. Or when you go out, you just can't have fun. Or when you go to work, you're messing up, you ain't getting no promotion because you're always on this feeling that you keep trying to extend. Cut that shit off. Cut it off. Wake up tomorrow and say, ain't none of that about to hurt me. Not Tam. No, sir. What time is it right now? It is 8:30. Guess what? If some shit happened at 8:29, it ain't got nothing to do with me. We delve too much in trying to make things right. Let me give you something. Everybody on here is a woman. Womb. Art of creation. You are the art of creation. Create. Hence, you are the source. Hence, you can't fix yesterday. You can't create something that's already there. The pain is already there. Fuck that. Create your happiness. Create your life. Create your purpose. What's the point of being a creator and you ain't creating? That is what you are meant for. Now, understanding the womb, it has to hold something like babies for 9 months. So we do hold on to stuff. That's what we are. We women, we take stuff in. We take it in. Okay, I got that. But we also, every 27.6 days, release the waste. Again, let it go. You can't fix it. So release it and start understanding that you are the source. Now, how it starts to get better is because when you start realizing that you are the source, when you start realizing that you are on your own time, when you start telling stories of you're going to start thinking, you know what? It was some bad shit that happened to me, but I'm the one that actually asked, could I go over there? I'm the one that kept begging my friends to go to that stupid party. I'm the one that was back then you was calling or standing by the locker at school, but these days, I'm the one that was all in his DM. For real. When you become the source, you become more real with yourself. When you become the source, you become more real with your situations. Be real all the time. History ain't real because it's not happening right now. It's not happening right now. That's one thing I have a pet peeve about school, because the first thing you do is they want to tell you about all of this little history that ain't even half ours or half true. It's been misconstrued, all that, whatever. But that's what they want to do. So they fill you with all of this, and then you have to keep regurgitating the same shit for 12 years, and then you got to go to college, and then they build on it, and then you got to keep regurgitating that. And that's exactly what we do with problems. Instead of just fixing it, instead of just learning it that one time and saying, oh, okay, that's what that is, and that is what that means. Well, let me do something different. Well, let me be something different. Well, let me go at it a different way. It is a million ways to scale a mountain. A million ways to scale a mountain. You gonna trust somebody else's rope to get up there? Because that's what holding on to things are. That's what holding on to pain is. Your pain makes your rope weak. You can't climb with it. Let that shit go. That's like dropping a ton of bricks. You'll float right to the top. Be the source. You are the source. Be the source. Your time. Be on your time. I am source. I am on my own time. I'm not telling a story unless it's about me. I. Last little tips, and then I'll take some questions if you ladies have. When you wake up in the morning, before you get out of bed, your mind comes back to reality. When you sleep, you astroplane, whether you dream or not. When your mind comes back to this reality and you're back fully in your body and you can feel everything, get up in the morning and do this before you get out of bed. I'm talking about your whole body. Rub. Hey, how you doing? You are introducing yourself into a love feeling before you get out the bed. Do that every morning. Rub you. Rub your hands. Rub on your cute little face and your cheeks. Hold your boobs up. They're yours. Touch them feet a little bit that don't nobody want to touch because you got that little bad little pinky toe. But every morning, get up. Rub your own self. Quit leaning over and rubbing your partner. Rub you. I mean, you can rub them after, but rub you first. I am source. So I should feel the love for me first, right? When you are going to bed at night, do the same thing and calm yourself back down. I love me. I'm cool. I'm all right. That's what you do for you. Every morning, rub yourself. Touch yourself. Now, if you go any further, that's on you, because, hey, you might need that. But I'm just saying, do that. Do that shit for you. And at our age, if y'all 40 and up like me, you're probably going to learn some new modes and shit, because I done found some stuff, girl, with that morning. Say, I wake up and I got 4 or 5 extra. That shit's nasty, but hey, it's age. Anyway, but do that for yourself. We need that. We need that. I'm telling you, it's a whole different feeling when you do that. A whole different feeling. Your day is going to go 10, 20 times just brighter, lighter. Be cool all day at work. All that. Just from waking up and touching yourself. Just from going to sleep and releasing everything. Letting yourself know we calm. We made it. It's the end of the day. Just so you can relax. Because that's another one of our problems. We don't sleep. We don't sleep because we don't have peace. We don't have peace because of all the other shit we keep dragging along. Find your peace. You are the source. Piece that shit together. Just say it. And I'm going to keep drilling it. And I'm going to keep saying it. Because you have to feel that. Quit feeling the pain. Feel being the source. Close your eyes like, I am just the source. Oh, that is dope. That is so dope. Be the source of all for you. If I do some dumb shit, I did it. If I do some cool shit, I did it. I'm the source. You be the source. All right, I'm done preaching at y'all. Yo, I got some questions